Hey guys, welcome back to CONSOLEVISION, and today I wanted to talk about two Sega Genesis controllers that are both fantastic. If you remember, 9 months ago, I talked about the Krikzz Sega Genesis controller, and at the time, this was the only one on the market, and it's been an awesome controller. 9 months later, my opinion on this controller, it's perfect. This is a real, authentic way of playing Sega Genesis without it actually being an official Sega Genesis controller. But you will find no difference between the two other than the Krikzz logo and a USB mini USB port on top, and the fact that it's just wireless. It does come with the wireless receiver. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I've been using this now for 9 months. It's been an awesome controller, and I will tell you that this is still running off of the first charge, which I did 9 months ago. Okay, so it's not dead yet. Since then, 8Bitdo announced that they're releasing their own version of a wireless Sega Genesis controller, and they're releasing this because the Mega SG is coming out soon. So they wanted to make sure they got plenty of these in everyone's hands by the time the Mega SG comes out. And I can safely tell you, happily tell you, this controller is phenomenal as well. I cannot recommend one over the other. I have been using both, and I am still working on a video that compares the two of them. And the goal of the video, and I guess it's just kind of the way we are naturally, we always want to see like which one is better. But the bottom line is, I've been using these for both for a week. I've been switching off between both of them evenly, and I cannot decide which one is better than the other. So the bottom line is that video that I'm working on is going to end up just being a comparison video, and that's it. I can't recommend one over the other unless we're talking about cost, but that's not what the goal of this is. Putting cost aside, okay, both of these controllers are excellent in their own right, and the bottom line is, if you wanted to order one from 8Bitdo and another one from Krikzz, you can do that. Plug each into its own controller port, and you'll be good to go. If you're using it strictly for the Sega Genesis, I would tell you just buy the 2.4 gigahertz variant of this controller. This one's the Bluetooth one, so this can connect to my other analog consoles that have Bluetooth receivers, as well as PC, Android, and the Nintendo Switch, which I have been using this controller with this game, and it's an awesome, awesome experience. If you grew up playing Street Fighter on a Sega Genesis, then you know how good a Sega Genesis controller is for Street Fighter. In my opinion, way better than the Super Nintendo controller because of these two buttons. It's okay. I learned to play with it and it's fine, but the Sega Genesis was always the better controller because these 6 buttons are the same layout as a real arcade setup. So, guys, I strongly recommend the Bluetooth controller if you're planning on getting a Street Fighter, or if you have Street Fighter and you just want to play this on the Nintendo Switch. You cannot beat this except with an arcade stick. It's the only other thing I would recommend over this, and even then I would tell you get this and get an arcade stick and you're fine. But we're just saying these two controllers as they are, they're both phenomenal controllers. Both are great. One is significantly cheaper than the other, but this one is very well built, and this one is modeled after a real Sega Genesis 6-button controller. So if authenticity is more what you go for, and you don't mind, that Krikzz made his own version of what is otherwise a very authentic feeling controller, this would be the one to go with if you have to have the real deal Sega Genesis controller. But this controller is awesome in its own right. It feels very good. Feels just like a Sega Genesis controller. There's really not much difference in the feel of these two. In fact, actually, if I will say one thing, this controller is a little bit more ergonomically designed. Fits a little bit more comfortably in your hands. That doesn't mean that this one isn't, but we already know what the Sega Genesis controller is. So it's really all about the new... It's all about the new design here, and I will tell you, it's great. I have not really pushed these buttons on top here. It's not something, just because they're there doesn't mean I really use them. Bottom line is I just use these face buttons. Controller feels great. It works with other analog consoles. Anything that has the Bluetooth adapter works on your Nintendo Switch. Dude, this is a great controller to buy, and I would strongly recommend it to anybody who is looking to get a Sega Genesis controller for their upcoming Mega SG or their Nintendo Switch. That would be only this one. Bottom line, both controllers are great. I would recommend that if you're on the fence of both, there's no hurt in buying one 8Bitdo controller and one Krikzz controller. This way you're good with both. And you just might do what I do and just switch off between both of them all the time. So, guys, thank you so much for watching ConsoleVision. This is Ronnie Snice. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so below. Click that bell to be notified when a new video pops up, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Have a great day.